Are you ready? Are you ready for the amount of lawsuits that we are going to be paying for when this is done? Do not forget, the actions that they are taking are illegitimate and illegal. People are simply following through because they're afraid of the regime and also because they're in on the plan and they want it to happen as well. Like I said yesterday, if Biden, Obama, or anyone else had been making all of these orders, no one would be doing anything. Not a single person would have been taken yet. It would be gummed up in Congress somewhere and Team Blue would be going, decorum, we can't do anything, and nothing would have changed, okay? The only reason people are being kidnapped and all of that is because of the illegal compliance and obedience with the regime. And when the chickens come home, we will be paying for it. We're paying for it right now. They've already overspent the budget and most of their expenditures is on this. Plane flights, detention centers, okay? Where their friends are making money, taking our money, taking money out of the tax circulation because they're getting these people at work. They're paying taxes. They're finding them using IRS records. They're paying taxes. They're not illegal. And every single family that was busted, every single person that was picked up and sent somewhere else, every single human rights violation we have committed, we are going to be sued over and we are going to have to pay for out of our pockets. We're going to have to pay out of this on both ends. And the two-teethers that are cheering going, yeah, illegals better get out. They're not going to have anything to say about the fact that how much we're paying for it now or how much we're going to have to pay after when the lawsuits come. But pay attention, darling. What they are doing to Musk is what's going to happen to Cheeto when he kicks the bucket. Okay, we're watching the implosion. We're watching the legislators pick sides, right? They got to choose between the guy with the cult and the guy with the money. Choices, decisions, right? So that's why you're suddenly getting, oh, I didn't read it. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I'm not sure. Because they got to think about it. Do I want to go with the guy with all the power who only has a few years left or the guy with all the money who's not going to have all the money for very much longer? Lawsuits for what he did. Remember those lawsuits with Doge? Because it was illegal what he did. So people are going to be suing. All right. And yes, we've got the Smart Elections, Election Truth Alliance, all that, and the suits that Smart Election filed in New York, kicking open the door. We're going to see more and more evidence of the stuff we already know that happened coming out. More secrets are going to fly. But listen to me. When Cheeto kicks the bucket, the same news stations that right now are talking about, oh my gosh, was Musk on drugs? Was Doge a fraud? Remember when they were supporting it? Hey, if you say anything about what Musk is doing, you're a fraudster. He's sacrificing for America. He's sacrificing for God. He's right up there next to our prophet daddy. Remember that? Now all of a sudden, none of them had any idea that he was doing this and doing that. That's going to be them when Cheeto kicks it. When Cheeto kicks it, everyone that spent the last 10 plus years worshiping him is going to act like they had no idea he was in mental decline. No idea. They're going to start talking shit about the makeup. For the first time, suddenly people are going to go, that was makeup? They're going to talk about the hair. They're going to talk about the unbearable stench. They're going to talk about how much he hates all these different people. They're finally going to release the Epstein stuff. All that shit is going to happen after he goes. And a whole bunch of people are going to have to pretend that they're shocked and they had no idea. Pay attention. Don't let them hide. Don't let them hide. They were supporting it before wholeheartedly. They don't get to hide. Darling, the one silver lining, and I said this during Sting time, and while I do not believe it is a sting because Team Blue is still not focused on the right shit. Jeffrey says, oh, we're going to unmask the ice. We can unmask them and ID them. We got that. You go use your power and get them to stop. How about that? You're not talking about that, are you? Of course not. The Team Blue is planning on using this to move further right. That's why they're joining the T-person fight, okay? Picking on a low 1% of the population so they can fit in with the incel crowd. So I'm not interested with establishment Dems and what they're doing. However, this thing where the implosion is coming from the inside, absolutely necessary. There is nothing that we could do on the outside to break through to this cult. It's a cult. They're going to worship him no matter what. That is the point of the cult. So the breakdown had to come from within. It had to come from so many betrayals that they finally go, okay, nope, this is a problem. It has to go with so much embarrassment and loss that eventually, they have to let it go themselves. No one can take it from them. Even if we pointed out the proof of the you-know-what that happened, you're trying to steal from us. You're trying to take it from us. You just hate our daddy. So We all have to be in the car with them so they can learn the lesson. All right. So after this, and then after we're done paying for the lesson that they had to learn, their fraud and overspend lesson that's about to cost us so many billions to fix. Okay. We're going to throw them all someplace. Like I said, land exchange. Okay. Let's fence all these people off in Florida. Take all the people out who don't want to be there. Put all these yahoos down in Florida and let them fuck that state up over there by themselves and leave the rest of us alone. That's my plan. I don't know. You got a better idea?